Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Tyler Fischer Show, episode 41. Namaste. How are you? Hope you're having a good day today. I am. It's good to be here. Good to see you. Don't have my mic stand. I left it in the hotel in fucking Boston. I left it. Oh, I shouldn't have sworn. You can't swear. Just a little hot tip. Don't swear in the first 30 seconds first 30 seconds of a YouTube video. They could flag you. But anyways, we're going to take the risk. We're going to just roll right ahead. But before I start, I want to just ask everybody to please join my email list. I'm going to be mentioning this a lot. I had a talk with basically a marketing guy, a social media guy, expert, really. And he said the number one thing you should be focusing on right now is your email list. With the way things are going, with the censorship, with the canceling, with the flagging, with the touching with the Cuomo brothers, your platform can disappear into the East River and swim with the fishes. Your social media can disappear faster than Chris Cuomo's primetime show on CNN. So if you join my email list, I'm going to be giving you little perks, okay? A little perk if you join. So I will start sending emails probably regularly. Can I keep up with that? I don't know. But this guy was he was dead. He goes, literally, if you're focusing on one thing, it should be emails. And I agree, because right now, suspended from TikTok, I'm on, a final call on Instagram before my page gets removed. Facebook has flagged me. So I'm down to basically Twitter and YouTube. All right, so 3 out of 5 I'm on the way out. If those two go, I'm donezo. I'm done. So if you join my email list, it's going to be it's like having gold, basically. In case money, the dollar fails, you got the gold bars. So give me your gold, please. And that's in the description of this YouTube video podcast. Or you can go to my website if you're listening to this, tylerfischer.com, TYLERFISCHER, the Jewish spelling. I thought maybe I'd get some jobs with that last name, right? Offer some diversity. Wrong again. I hope you're staying away from this new threatening variant. This variant can cause extreme activity in the body known as the sniffles. One reported death from the Omicron. And we are locking down again, the rumor has it New York's going to lock down again. LA's mandating the masks again. New York is mandating the masks again. I can't take it. But anyways, and look at this. Pfizer or Moderna is recommending a fourth shot. You can't make this stuff up. Let's see. So is it Pfizer or is it Moderna? We're going to tell you in 1 second. Basically, they're saying, they should probably start thinking about making a whole new vaccine for the Omicron. It's Pfizer. And there it is. That's a CNBC article, right? That's a left-wing media outlet, which means you have to believe it. If it's left-leaning, that means it's true. It's been fact-checked. So here's a clip of a guy who took it upon himself to get a fourth dose. So let's take a look at this guy. Here we go. This is the first man to get a fourth dose of the COVID vaccine. Roll the tape.
Hey guys, I just got my fourth shot and it's really coming in strong. They say the second shot is rough, the fourth one comes in with a vengeance. The side effects have been interesting. I did lose my sense of taste, I lost my sense of smell, and I did lose my sense of humor. Nothing's funny, everything's very triggering. I just watched The Office and nothing. Everything just feels racist. And I don't know if that's the side of, I don't know, but either way, what else? My white guilt is really flaring up. I just saw a black guy in the street. I said, take my last $10. He's like, no, I'm a lawyer, I have plenty of money. I was like, no, you need it more than I do. So anyways, the fourth shot, just beware, but get it and do your part. Get ahead of that Omicron. Oh, fuck.
And, those side effects are common if you get the fourth dose or if you live in, let's say, New York City or Los Angeles. So if you want to feel those side effects, racist, triggered, you just have to live here in New York City. Or you get the fourth dose, whatever you want to do. Look, I made that video 5 months ago. And it was unanimous that it was a joke. I posted it 5 months ago. I remember I tweeted, just got my third shot. And the tweet, it was one of my biggest tweets of all time. I was really floundering on Twitter, but I just wrote, that was the whole tweet. Just got my third shot, and people were laughing and retweeting and orgasming. It was such a hoot, and I was like, ooh, what a risky little tweet, third shot. There was no prospect of even a second. It was the vaccine, one shot, boom, bang, bam, bong, thank you, ma'am, may I have another? No, that was it. So the third shot thing was a big old joke. Then you had the first dose, second dose booster, and I'm going, well, that came true. And then this fourth dose thing I never thought would have happened is now being presented by Pfizer. So I was like, oh, I could just put the video up again. I'm at the point where not only am I recycling videos, but I'm recycling them and just adjusting the titles and putting them up as new videos. So I put this up today on Twitter and everywhere, and I've already posted it. And this is just a little trick if you make content or whatever, promote stuff for your business. Keep recycling stuff. Keep recycling it. Because just to give you an idea, the first time I posted this, I don't know if it did that great, but I put it back up on Twitter, 16,000 views, 151 retweets, because people think it's a new video, because I just changed the title. I just said, man gets fourth dose of vaccine to fight Omicron. And then I dubbed over in the video where he says, I'm just getting ahead of the Omicron variant. I originally said, just getting ahead of the Delta variant. So I dubbed over that and just put the new audio clip of me saying Omicron, put it up, and bam, new video, because we're just going to keep introducing new variants. So I don't like that all of this is happening in the world, but as a fundamentally lazy person, it's great for me because I got to sit on my couch all day and feel accomplished because I just put this up and everyone thinks it's new. Just great. Just good stuff. So, good Lord, I don't know. Good Lord. People are starting to get mad. They're going, stop making these videos because they're coming true. Say I'm a bit of a psychic. Speaking, of course, of all this stuff, I just did a show in Boston, and if you came to see the Boston show, I fucking appreciate it, right? It was kind of brutal. It was freezing. Everybody had their goddamn masks on. But we got through it. Little controversy stirred up about this Boston show. And I'll sort of run you through what happened. So long story short, there were some COVID requirements for the show. I booked this a long, long time ago, before there were any mandates. And maybe when I confirmed it, there were some in New York. There weren't any in Boston. So I just assumed there weren't going to be any requirements for the show. I agreed to do it. It is a show to raise money for minority children to get therapists. And so I thought, hey, let's do that, you know? We'll do that show for a good cause. I'll get to travel a little bit. I got paid, not as much as I would have because it was a charity show. And c'est la vie. I cut to a week before the show. I'm starting to get these messages going, what the fuck, man? You fucking sold out, dude. I thought you were towing the line, and now I'm looking on the website, and it says you have to show your proof of vaccine at the venue. Don't have the vaccine? Can't go to the show. Don't have the vaccine? Can't see Tyler. Don't have the vaccine? Can't see that Tyler's a fucking sellout. And I was like, okay, first of all, I didn't know that, right? So I reached out to the woman who booked me on the show, a fantastic woman, and I just said, hey, is it true you need to show proof of vaccine to get in the venue? And she said, yes, that is correct, sir. And I said, well, then I can't do the show. Can't do the show. I said, I don't have a vaccine. I can't do the show. I said, are there any other alternatives? And she said, they're willing to allow proof of a negative 72-hour negative test. Was I thrilled about this? No, not at all. Not at all. I don't like asking people to do that. I don't even want to do it. I don't want to do it. You know? So if I don't want to do it, it's not fair to have the crowd do it. I was in a little bit of a moral conundrum here because the show was coming up. Lots of people already bought their tickets. Some people are booking hotels, babysitters, whatever, hiring fucking prostitutes so they could take the carpool lane. That's a Curb Your Enthusiasm reference. Along with the fact that this is a charity show and the money raised is going for this cause. So I'm like, okay, well, what do I do here? What do I do? I did stand up for the vaccine thing, and I said I wouldn't be willing to do the show. So I feel a pat on the back. I feel good about that because I did draw that line in the sand and said I wouldn't be doing any shows that require that anymore. I did it once. Didn't feel good about it. Decided not doing that again. So I made the decision to just tell everybody on social media, hey, this is the deal. It was a miscommunication. I didn't realize it. It's a charity show. Just, and my friend too is like, dude, don't stop. I was really freaking out about it because I'm like, I know I was going to get shit for it. So that's what I decided to do. I decided to just tell people this is the deal. If you don't want to come, I understand. And so, moving forward after this, if you're planning on seeing me, just know there won't be any requirements aside from showing proof that you can take a joke. That's it. We'll have a guy standing at the door, which maybe they should do. Maybe they should do. They're trying to save lives and have the vaccine passport at comedy shows. Maybe they should have a bouncer also checking proof that you're not a woke douchebag and are gonna frown the whole fucking show and ruin it for everybody. Because that's you're killing us, right? That's what they call it. You bomb on stage. You're dying up there. Fucking died last night. Well, they could have saved your life as a comic by testing the crowd before they came in. Maybe that's what you do. You have a bouncer, and everyone that comes up, you tell a little joke, right? Maybe a little racy, a little edgy, and if they go, you go, well, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go elsewhere. You're gonna have to go see a Pinter play or a Mammoth or go see Slave play, which is a play on Broadway right now. I saw it closing night. I got free tickets. I'm not going to pay to see that shit. Anyhow, it's really, let me sum up Slave play for you briefly and we'll get back to it. This would be the commercial for Slave play. Looking to see a Broadway show this winter? Are you a white person with white guilt? Did you think that your white guilt couldn't go up any higher? Well, think again. Come see Slave play. If you're white, you'll leave feeling like a piece of shit. We guarantee it. If you don't leave with your white guilt through the roof, we'll give you your money back and more. That would be the fucking commercial for Slave Play. And also, I'm kind of in the zone for that because I just today did an audition for a Broadway musical. Not to be in the musical. I did an audition for the guy announcing a new musical on Broadway. It's like, coming to Broadway this fall. Are you ready to have a good time? Good fun for the whole It was painful, but that's what they wanted, you know? That's what they wanted in the audition, and that's what I gave them. So that's what I think. You should have proof of sense of humor at the door, and you'll be saving lives. I've seen comedians quit because they bomb so hard. Had this mandate been in place, maybe they'd still be rocking, you know? They'd still be rocking. So I did the show. Definitely got a few very heated messages, you know. Oh, looks like you're a fucking sellout. You know, I got one that was like, so me and my family were going to come, but looks like, looks like you are doing shows where they make you show your papers. So let me guess. Did you have to show yours, or is it rules for thee and not for me? And I was like, oh my God. So it was a great weekend, but it was also, I felt really shitty getting these messages. And look, people have every right to send them. I don't have to respond. I don't have to look at them. But I thought, this is new, and let me just read them. And I did respond, and I basically said, hey, just so you know, I typically don't respond to a condescending message. I want to let you know that. If you're going to come at, it's one thing if you want to have a civil dialogue and ask me a question. Hey, did you have to show your proof? What ended up happening? Why did this happen? Fine, I'll have a talk about it. But these messages that are just like meant to shame you, I cannot respond to anymore. I thought I would try this one time because this was a bit of a nuanced situation, right? And the website said you needed the vaccine card and all that shit. So I basically just said, hey, just wanted to let you know, I typically do not respond to a condescending message. You're basically just coming at me. It doesn't feel like you actually want to have a dialogue. This is what happened. I'm a one-man show. I am my own booker. I am my own agent, my own manager, my own lawyer, my own touring agent. I write, I perform, I direct. This is new to me. I'm new to touring. I didn't have all these details ironed out because I was probably fucking, I don't know, very desperate when I booked the gig or something. And I said again, want to let you know, this was a pretty hurtful message. It didn't feel like you wanted to actually gain anything from this dialogue, and in the future I won't be responding to messages like that. She apologized, explained what was going on in her life. Her husband got in a car accident or something. They haven't been able to go out for a long time. They were excited for the show. So honestly, it was actually pretty awesome because we ended up sort of seeing eye to eye a little bit. And I apologized too. I kind of said, look, I'm sorry. This was a mistake on my end. And I'm not even sure I want to use that word mistake. I feel like it was more like a learning experience because, look, I don't tour. I'm new to it. So the last thing I was thinking about was being like, hey, I'm trying to figure out the money. Do I fly there? Do I drive? Is it worth it? Am I going to take a loss? I've got my dog with me. It's not an easy task. I fly with him, and we flew to Boston together, and I'm juggling all that stuff. The last thing I'm thinking about is like, oh, hey, by the way, do people have to wear masks? Do they have to get vaccinated? Do they have to show proof? I'm not used to that. This is a fucking clown world we're living in, Jerry. It's a clown world. So I allowed myself to screw up a little bit, and I did, right? And so I'm glad it all happened. I had a fucking awesome time. I love flying. I love traveling. I love staying in hotels. I treated myself to a nice dinner. I didn't drink. I didn't party. I went there and had a kick-ass show and did the best I could. And I learned a lesson, which is I'm not doing this again. Sometimes these things have to happen. And I think they do have to happen because this forced me to really draw the line in the sand. So, moving forward, if you're listening, woman that fucking scolded me in my DMs, I will not be doing any shows that require proof of vaccination, okay, that require proof of negative test, or masks during the show. Yeah? Does that sound good? That's what I'm doing. I'm going to have to pass up a lot of shows. I was just about to try to set one up in Philly, and they just had the vaccine mandate there. So, but that's what I'm doing. There's my line right in the sand, okay? And I drew it with my fucking dick. Okay? That said, let's say we have another pandemic and it's more deadly, and I feel like you do need vaccines for said pandemic. That could happen. I'm going to speak specifically for the current coronavirus outbreak. That's the one, okay? We can readjust as needed. Yes, and I also didn't know people had to wear masks during the show. A lot of them took them off. I took it off. I didn't wear it, kind of to go, look, guys, I'm not doing this, and people started taking them off during the shows. Some people kept them on, whatever. It's fucking death for comedy to have people in a mask. You go out there and it's just like these blank, it's like a bunch of aliens. And everyone sounds like they're laughing in a trumpet or something. Like it just muffles the laughs. Adults, all of the adults sounded like the adults in Charlie Brown. I would tell a joke, be like, "And that was my 5th Tinder date." And I'm going, all right, I can't do this. I can't read your pupils. But though Boston was pretty COVID cautious and the woke meter was kind of, fucking spiking into the green zone, I didn't change my act at all. In fact, I think I saw a few kids walk in and I think I did 70 minutes. I think I went like 20 minutes over what I was supposed to do. They forgot to give me the light to warn me. And so I had to do every joke. I did all of my jokes, be them triggering, race, whatever they were. I just did all of them. And God, it's so refreshing when I really go for it, because I wanted to hold back and go, there's a ton of fucking old people there. I'm like, God, half the crowd was really old, and probably genuinely scared of COVID. And I'm like, I have to do a lot of time. I can't start censoring my jokes and rewriting them. So I went for it. And lo and behold, every time I do that, some of the most shocking stuff that I have gets the biggest laughs. And that's just a good sign, because I go there, I go, Boston, everyone's got resting NPR face, and we're going to fucking check this after the fucking market. And lo and behold, all these old people fucking dying about my, priest sucking my dick joke, and it's just like, you just go for it. And that was really nice. That was really nice to connect over the pedophilia jokes with the crowd. And it was tough. Now, this is another thing that happened. Every time I started talking about COVID, the microphone would shut off. I'm not kidding at all. And I'm not a conspiracy guy, which is what every conspiracy person says. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I mean, the earth is a little, it might have a hump, but it's pretty flat. It's like a high school fucking junior. It's flat. It might have a little hump, a little nip. Every time I talked about it. And gay. I have evidence. My camera died 10 minutes in, but I got the first 10 minutes of my set which is on Patreon. So I'll put a longer chunk, first 10-minute chunk of the show, 10 or 15 minutes, is up on Patreon right now. But right now, I'm going to show you just a little tidbit. This is me starting to talk about COVID, and you'll see the mic shuts off. Now, this happened about 5 more times later on in the show, and my damn camera died, so I was planning on putting out all of those jokes where the microphone shut off. But anyhow, this is the first couple times when I mentioned COVID. I'm going to have to edit that out. I didn't know you guys were more COVID cautious than us in New York. I was kind of shocked. I didn't know what was going on. They're like, when you talk about COVID, they just shut the mic off. This show is sponsored by the CDC. They're like, oh, cut the mic, he's going there. Cut the mic. Cases are up. That style person get like really uptight about COVID. I didn't know you had the mask thing. So I Are you kidding me? Get the vaccine, everyone. May I continue? I got 5 boosters today. I'm giving them out after the show. Right? Am I crazy? This actually ended up being the best part of the show. This is why I love comedy so much, is when this unpredictable stuff happens. Because, you're doing a joke, in the middle of the joke, the mic cuts out. It can just ruin the momentum, and then the joke can die. But it happens so many times that, like, they even brought me a new microphone. I go, no, I want this one. This is the one. We will fucking beat this. We are not leaving until I can get a full COVID joke out. And it happened 4 more times, and it just ended up being so fucking funny. So I'm in the midst of this going like, all right, is somebody actually shutting the microphone off? Like, is somebody up in the sound booth literally every time I'm like, so anyone get the vax? Anyone get the... Is everybody wearing masks? What the fuck? And I look out in the crowd, and I see a man who could not be confused with, the one and only, the notorious, the lovable, Dr. Fauci. And I make eyes with this guy, and I go, whoa. This is a real super spreader event. You kind of look like Fauci a little bit, that guy. Holy shit. Is that Dr. Fucking... Is that Fauci? Wait. Sir, would you stand up and look at the crowd, please? Would you... Oh, come on. This is unbelievable. This is uncanny. I swear to God, I was 99.9% sure, sitting right there, dead center, staring me in the eyes, while the microphone is shutting off as I'm talking about COVID, is the Fauci man. And I go, sir, can you stand up? Because you're freaking me out right now. And he wouldn't stand up. But anyhow, after the show, I took a picture with this guy. Look at this guy. I mean, and he's like a foot taller than Fauci, but look at this guy. He's got the same eyes. He's got the same... With the mask on, he looks exactly like him. So I had a mini panic attack when I go, is this CDC? Like, is this show sponsored by the CDC and NPR and CNN? But anyhow, turned out that guy fucking hated Fauci and just went off after the show. He's like, I fucking hate that guy, that piece of shit, that motherfucker. And he kept giving him the thumbs down. So anyhow, very odd show, but very fun. And, lesson learned. And also the other problem is, like, after the show, everyone's got their mask on, and there's just this general panic in the air that was very uncomfortable. And I think it almost comes with the mask. I think when the masks are on, everyone's inside, it creates a panic that wouldn't be happening if the masks weren't on, because you'd feel normal. It's like it's like putting your shin guards and your cleats and your uniform on. You're ready to play soccer, right? You're just ready. That's what you're doing. You're putting the mask on. You're getting prepared. You're getting ready to hide from something that's invisible. So, I didn't recognize anybody. I had someone I think drove 2 hours from New Hampshire and surprised her brother and brought him to the show, and he had no idea where they were going. So, some other people drove from really far away, had to get a hotel, and I'm like, I didn't know who they were. I probably would have recognized them from chatting on Instagram and stuff. And so some of those people just left because I wasn't even acknowledging, because everyone's just in the lobby with the mask on. I'm like, I don't know what your fucking eye color is. I didn't memorize your eyebrow shape. I love a good eyebrow, by the way. Huge turn on. If a woman's got a good brow, love. Very pro brow. Let them out. Let them loose. Why is that, though, by the way? Why are, and I know men that are really sexually attracted to an eyebrow. Is it almost like a bit of a, like I've heard people say that men like butts because they remind them of boobs. You think the eyebrow is almost like pubic hair on the face? It's like a little landing strip over the eye. We'll table that. We'll come back to that. Tell me in the comments. So that was a big loss from this mask requirement at the show, which is another reason I'm not doing it anymore. I'm doing these shows to connect with people. After the show to me is a big part of this. Getting to talk to people and see people that I've corresponded with on the internet, and it's a fucking miracle, nothing short of a miracle, that I can connect with someone who lives in another state and then do a show, and they're there in person, and we're all sharing this experience live. It's incredible. I'd like to connect with people after the show. So that sucked, that sucked. But hey, we learned. Getting messy, getting sloppy. I saw a lot of people unfollowed me too when I said, hey, there's some COVID requirements, like lost some followers. Doesn't matter, okay? I'm going to get your email. I'll find you. I don't care if you unfollow me. I did not plan on having those COVID requirements at that show. I did not do that. I did not come on that dress. Anybody see Hillary Clinton's masterclass, by the way? Holy fuck. She has a masterclass on I don't even know what, but I know that she reads all of her speeches she was never able to give because she didn't win. What a sore loser. Jesus Christ. It's like if I did a masterclass and just told all the jokes that never got onto the Tonight Show. Hey guys, this is a comedy masterclass for how to deal with rejection. Here's all the stuff I didn't get that I wish I got, and this is how I would have said it if I got it, but I didn't. The class is sponsored by Dollar Shave Club. So, I don't know. I almost want to buy it just to watch it. Or maybe I'll dub over it or something. Just a brief pause in our program to bring you a sponsorship from one of my amazing patrons. You get an ad read up to a minute if you do the $100 Patreon subscription. So this is from Lane Rao, sales associate at Coldwell Banker Endeavor Realty in Anchorage, Alaska. Oh, Alaska. He'd like to assist you on your real estate needs. Let him. He's a good man. Okay, if you're thinking of selling your home, you probably have a lot of questions. What is it worth? The best strategies? The property? Will I have to sell one of my kids? These are some questions that you will be asking, and that will be answered by a real estate expert in your area. Let Lane help you find a superior sales associate to assist you, okay, with your real estate needs anywhere in North America, not just Alaska. Through the Cardis Referral Network, Lane has contacts in thousands of communities, and he can help you find an agent to meet your specific needs, okay? This is a complimentary referral service. It's free of charge for both sellers wanting to list their property and for buyers in search of the perfect home. For real results in real estate matters, you can find Lane Rao, sales associate at Coldwell Banker Endeavor Realty at lanerao.com. That's LANERAU.com, okay? lanerao.com. Hit him up. He's a good man. He'll help you. Speaking of pornography, Do you think, like, I go back and, first of all, I can't get over how many people do porn. It's mind-boggling. There's an endless supply of pornography, and every video is a new person. It's like, do you think you know people that do porn? That you don't know they do it, but you know people that do porn. You have to, statistically. There's got to be millions of people that do it. I mean, but my question is, I watch my set after my show. I watch it to see how I did. The people that do porn, do they go back? Do they watch the porn and take notes? Because I'll go back through and I'll watch my video and be like, oh my God, I said 70 times. I'll literally count. Fuck, I said 70. Are they going back and be like, oh God, I said come 70 times? That's too many times. It loses its oomph. Okay, I gotta write that down. Oh man, I was moaning a little too loud there. God, I should have started, because I'm doing the same. I'm breaking down my set. I'm going, I should have started with the dog bit, then went to the subway bit, then closed with the Trump Biden bit. I should have done. Are they doing that? Where they're like, God, I should have opened with doggy style, and then went to the reverse cowboy, then hand job, then closed with the BJ. Man, I fucked up. I fucking hate myself. Because a lot of comedians also hate themselves after. Are they doing that? Are they leaving and like washing their hands going, man, that was not my best work. I've taken some dicks, but that was just lazy. They're going to see right through it. So that's my question to you about pornography. And maybe you're a porn star. I don't know. Could you date a porn star? There goes the fucking sirens, because I'm living in a goddamn hellhole, which Bill de Blasio just said he would be willing to back the new governor. I don't even know her fucking name. Crazy bitch that wears a vaxxed necklace, who just has a fucking another mask mandate, which started today, which is why I'm home alone, not socializing, just becoming more weird and isolated. Great. She said, and Bill said he would back her on making it legal to arrest anybody who is a public health risk. Where can that go wrong? How could that possibly go wrong? Without reason. Like, you can just arrest someone because you deem them a public health risk. Well, she hates people who are unvaccinated. She has mentioned publicly, and I watched the video, that God does not support the unvaccinated. She's this fucking bozo. Though someone sent me a picture of her today, because I posted the picture of her with her vax necklace. Somebody photoshopped one that said cunt. So I had a little giggle. But man, out of hand. You could just arrest anybody because they're a public health figure, a public health threat. That can spiral out of control very quickly. Well, there's always Australia. Never mind. But Boston was very nice. Boston was nice. It's a beautiful city. If you've never been, I love architecture, and the buildings are beautiful. They're these old, hundreds of years old, just beautifully crafted. I mean, I was smitten. To me, I get to a new city. I've got my dog, so my goals are find good coffee, find a good park, and find some nice little streets to walk on. And that's what we did. We spent the entire day on Sunday walking around Back Bay, Boston. Good cup of coffee. And we walked about 10 miles, Fred, didn't we? And that's what we did. And that's a good city to me. And I thought, geez Louise, I could fucking picture myself living here. And I know I won't live in Boston, because why move to a shittier city that's even colder with more strict lockdowns? But But it's like, God, it's like what is it? It's like it's almost has a British vibe to it, but all these old houses are intact and they're gorgeous. I'd say go there just to look at the architecture, and the seafood is wonderful. So went and got a bowl of clam chowder. They're also very nice to Freddie. I'm always very hesitant about him coming in restaurants with me and stuff, and I've submitted to strapping the service dog vest on him, though the service dog thing fell off. And so I would just leave him outside and go in a restaurant and say, hey, can I bring my service dog in? And they were all very, very nice. So Freddie came in with me to all the restaurants, and it was a home run. It was a home run. 29-minute flight from New York. 29-minute flight. And I flew because, it's a 45-minute subway ride to Penn Station, which, if you've never been to Penn Station, perhaps you've been inside Satan's asshole, and it's very similar, but a little hotter and a little more crowded. I mean, it's, if you were in the Holocaust and got out at Penn Station, you'd have PTSD. You'd go, why is there a Holocaust reenactment museum here in New York? Why are they doing a reenactment? It's the same thing. You think you're there. They're shoving people. Everyone's getting pushed on the trains, going, get in there, you fucking Jew. Some people are saying things like that. There's a lot of homeless drug addicts. So, I mean, I think someone yelled Jew at me the other day. I'm only quarter Jewish. I digress. It's a shit hellhole. And so I decided, well, let me prevent that by just taking an Uber to the airport, flying to Boston, and it was way better. And for the same price. Flying is a miracle. It's like, I want to fly whenever I get the chance. You get to take part in one of the biggest miracles of life, which is flying in a plane. However, the people in Boston were this is what's been so interesting about traveling to all these different places. Every city feels like a different country. It's so insane. Now, everybody averaged out in every city is the same, right? Let's say you take 1 million people in every city and you average all those people. Those people are the same. It's the same group of people in every city, more or less. So I'm thinking, this has become a disease of the mind. It is no longer the disease of COVID. It is a disease of the mind, because whatever the mental state, whatever the restrictions are in that state, have taken over the people, and they're completely under the spell of it. So in New York City, everybody's masked, everybody's careful, everybody's weird, everyone's wearing masks outside, you can't see anybody's face, everyone's submitted to that. Then I'm in Texas. There's no mask mandate. There's no vaccine passport, and everyone's free and happy and living life normally. It's the same people. We're fucking ants. We're rodents. We're the same. We are the same. Averaged out in every country, we're all going to be pretty much the fucking same. And then you go to Boston, and now there's no vaccine mandates, but they're way more mask cautious. So everyone is really fucking mask nuts over there. I got into an elevator at the hotel. Nobody has a mask on in the elevator. And this woman starts panicking. She goes, everybody? She turns around and she goes, I just want to let you know, I'm not wearing a mask. Is everyone okay with that? We're like, yeah. I'm not kidding. Everyone in the elevator starts listing off what kind of vaccine they got, when they got it, their COVID negativity status. I was like, this is fucking nuts. One guy goes, no, it's fine. I got the Moderna 2 weeks ago. I'm covered. Another guy goes, I got a test and I'm triple vaxxed and I got a negative test. And I look at her and I go, I have 2 variants. And they all paused and they were like, I go, but this is my floor. And I got off and they burst out laughing. So it was, holy fuck, it was so bizarre. Everyone's become so robotic. To get in an elevator for what would be, no more than 20 seconds have to announce you're not masked, you're apologizing for it, and then people without even thinking are just shouting out their medical status. That is clown world shit. It's nuts. So it's the implications of whatever these governors are putting on the state, it really is working in a really disturbing way. But I don't have much more in me. I really don't. I mean, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save up, and once I reach a certain amount of money where I feel like, okay, I could up and leave, I've got a buffer, so I'm going to make a monetary amount, which is going to be the amount I'm going to allow myself to leave. I can't take it anymore. I cannot take it. And the mask mandates, again, I can't do it. I don't wear them in Ubers. I'm getting reported now, so Uber's checking in with me. I have to prove to Uber I wear a mask. They do this thing where if you get reported, Uber will go, we heard you weren't wearing a mask. Word got around to Mr. and Mrs. Uber, so we're going to need you to take a picture and prove that you have a mask on. I mean, this is insanity. And so I'm going to maybe plan shows in Florida. That's really what I'm doing right now. I'm not dating around women. I'm dating cities. That's literally what I'm doing. I was in Boston going, let's see. How does the taste? What is it? Can I see myself inside of Boston? Or Austin or Houston or whatever. So I'm going to go to Florida. I'm going to do shows there. And I'm going to see if I could feel myself living in Florida. So that's what's happening. And for Christ's sakes, the implications also of not being able to see each other's faces is really impacting me. I am such a body language person. It's actually painful. It is actually becoming painful to be in a cafe, in a restaurant, outside, in the subway, and not be able to read people's faces. I am single here. I'm looking for love. I have to see your face. I think what we should do, if you're so paranoid by all this and you insist on wearing a mask outside in public or at a cafe or on the subway or in a park, all of places people used to meet romantically and spontaneously to date, you should be mandated to have to put the number of how hot you think you are. You think you're a 6, you think you're a 7. Well, put it right there on your fucking mask so I can look at you and go, oh, she's a 7, she's an 8. I'll talk to her. Oh, she's a low 5. Maybe not. Okay? That should be mandated because we are going to see such a decrease in coupling up. Coupling up. We are coupling down. So something's got to give. It's disturbing, man. It's a zombie land out there. I'm not connecting at all. Not connecting at all. So there you have it. That's my proposal. And another proposal is, can we please put the Uber pickup at the airport right outside of the terminal? Do you know what I'm saying? Why do the taxis get precedent? No one's using taxis anymore, but the taxis get the lane outside of the airport. For some reason now, in every airport in this fucking country, the Uber pickup is nowhere near when you walk out of your gate. You get there and you're trying to figure out, it's like bus pickup, taxi pickup, and then lo and behold, you call the Uber and then you look on the map. The Uber's like in another fucking area code. This happened to me in Boston. I call the guy, go, where are you, man? I'm Terminal A, door 12. Can you come here? And he goes, not possible to come there, sir. I can't get there. Uber pick up somewhere else. And you gotta do this. You gotta do these weird journeys to get there. I'm not up for it. You got a long flight. You go, sir, you have to go back inside to get to Uber. You go back inside, sir. Okay. You go up the stairs, then you will go down the stairs. Then there'll be an escalator, sir. It is a 45-minute escalator, one of the very, very long ones, sir. You get to the top, you walk over the sky bridge. It is a 3-mile walk, sir. Once you get to the top of the sky bridge, you are going to bungee down, sir, to the parking lot, where you will get on a trolley, sir. Not done yet. The trolley will go about 35 minutes back to that original staircase, because actually you should have gone down the stairs the first time. So you're going to be starting over, but going down the stairs this time, sir. Then you're on one of those walking sidewalks, sir, that takes so much like a moving sidewalk. That is a 95-mile moving sidewalk, sir. You will see a small pony at the end of it. That pony will be dead. You will try to resuscitate it, but the pony is dead, sir. Just let it go. I know you love horses, but let it go. Once you are there, you're going to realize that you need to charge your phone. You have to go back to the Delta terminal and charge your phone, sir, because I will not know where you are. Once you charge your phone, then you will basically have a meltdown, sir. And you'll just end up going and taking a taxi. And please give me 5 stars. Okay, I'll give you 5 stars. What a fucking nightmare. So those are my proposals for the show. Please sign the email list, as I said. It's in the description, or you can go to tylerfischer.com, Fischer. I have to kind of restructure my thing here. I'm going to put out a weekly newsletter once I have the website and the newsletter thing all set. I will be sending a weekly newsletter. I don't know. I'm a little self-conscious about that. I've done it before, and a lot of people unsubscribe. But I have to do it, and I have to get in the habit of doing it. And it's just because you might one day go, oh, Tyler deleted his show. He's done. He made the big time. That show in Boston really launched his career. I could be gone, so this is a backup. I don't know. If you don't like getting the weekly emails, I don't know what to do then. I guess you can unsubscribe, but you don't have to check it. Just know if you're getting a weekly email and you don't want to read it, but I'll be putting something in there. Something that you're not going to get anywhere else will be on that email, right? Patreon's also a great way to go, because you could join Patreon and then you can get off my email list. And then Patreon is where you get the most extra stuff. So that's patreon.com/Tyler Talks. We've got the extra bit from my Boston show. We've got this that goes up early on there. And I'm going to continue to try to give you some better and extra stuff. Is that good English? Swell. Well, have a great week, everybody. Do something nice for you, okay? Forget about the rest of the fucking world. Think about you. Get selfish this week, okay? Get really selfish. Do what you have to do. Subscribe, please. Hit the notification bell. And I will see everybody next week. It's good to see you. Cheers.